Enemies are things that will always be in video games no matter what. On one hand, they provide challenge in the regular levels and keep them from being boring. I mean, hey, with a player as skilled as me, I have to have some form. But on the other hand, sometimes they can get a little out of hand. Enemies, or grunts, since these aren't bosses, are supposed to be just a little challenging and not too crazy that they can put up a fight against the actual bosses. These are those enemies that lowered my self-esteem and made me angry at how cheap a level can really be. It was hard, being that there were actually a lot of enemies that drove me crazy when I really thought about it. That's not a good thing, mind you. Please keep in mind that this is my opinion and not fact. Some of these enemies may have been easy to you, which is cool, but some things are harder to different people, so please respect that for me. Each enemy was hard for their own different reasons, so the ranking might seem weird at first, so please keep in mind what game each enemy is from and why they can be annoying for that sort of game. Planet Commander, this one's for you. These are my top 10 hated enemies in gaming. Even though this topic's negative, I'll try to keep my energetic vibe. So without further ado, let's blow this popsicle stand! Enemies and platformers are simple. Jump on them and you're good. But when that rule's thrown out the window, things get a little weird. Maybe that's why everyone hates the bees in the Donkey Kong Country games. I also hate them, so now let's talk about them. They fly around and make a lot of noise like real bees, and I happen to not like real bees, so yay. Also, you can't jump on them, so you have to use barrels. Well, that or an animal buddy. Nevertheless, you can't always kill them, which makes them annoying. Also, the red ones can't be killed with anything. Even better. But the worst part, they're everywhere. Seriously, why are there so many bees? In the jungle? Bees. In the swamp? Bees. In a cave? Bees. In the snow? Bees! Why are there so many? I just don't get it. Why not A's or C's? I mean, am I right, guys? Guys. Yoshi's Island is a masterpiece. I think the enemies for the most part are well balanced. Well, except for that stupid bandit. Whenever you get hit, you have to hear that stupid cry. At least Baby Mario's close, so you don't have to hear it too long. But when that bandit hits you, it takes the baby with it. So you have to chase the thing to who knows where it goes. Also, you get to hear that sweet, sweet sound of Baby Mario screaming. And it doesn't even die in one jump. Just die! Actually, no, take him. I won't have to hear that stupid screaming ever again. Now I can hear the sweet sound of that music. Much better. It doesn't really have an official name, but the giant red robot in Azure Striker Gunvolt is annoying as crap. This one is more annoying for personal reasons, being that it comes out of freaking nowhere! I play this game for the highest combo, going for the kudos bonus, jamming out to that awesome J-pop by Lumen's beautiful voice, using lightning fast reactions to dodge enemy attacks to keep my combo bonus. All goes well, so I get surprised by that giant red robot that you can only know when it's coming by memorization. It's cheap and unfair. The enemy on its own isn't too bad, but the fact that you never know when it's coming on your first playthrough, and you probably forget the next time you play, it comes off as cheap, making you hated by me. When you get between me and J-pop, things aren't going to be pretty for you in the end. Die! I need to take my medicine now. Shapeshifters can make for pretty annoying enemies, especially when you have to keep track of it on two screens. Honestly, I used to think a lot of enemies were annoying in The World Ends With You, but the more I played and got better at it, the more I realized that they actually have strategies to them. But that stinking shape-shifting fox can change to pretty much all of the enemies, and it can be hard to keep track of the many changing patterns. Psychedelic fox, ambi fox, prog fox, whatever you want to call them, they're more or less the same thing. Always changing to different noise and just trying to kill you, including all of the annoying ones. The crabs constantly ruining your combos, those stupid jellyfish. Sorry, I just got awful flashbacks of stupid jellyfish. Oh, and they can even transform into you, or Neku since you're playing as the top screen as well. They also have way more health than they should, so yeah, just the formula for an annoying enemy. I can't really come up with a steady strategy to defeat it since it's always changing. Just great. What do you have to say about it, Joshua?
You need to do better, Neku.
I'm just trying, man. I'm sorry. those minions right. Enemies that run from battle suck. When you want a super rare item from a specific enemy and they just go, that, or you just want a good fight. What? Don't give me that look. So when you get a super rare Pokemon to add to your collection and they just decide to run, going all the way to the other freaking side of the region, we have a problem! Sorry, it's just... roaming legendaries are the biggest pains in the entire Pokemon series. In my opinion, please don't hurt me. You'll have to find them in any one of the many grass patches, and you have to walk because if you fly, you'll just switch positions. Or you could run or use your bike, you know, whatever suits your fancy. And when you do find one, you can only get one chance to attack, and they'll run away. You never know how much damage you do, so you want to be sure not to kill them, and at the same time, you never know when you'll run into them, so you won't know when to save. And if you accidentally kill one, you'll never get another chance. All of that work, all of the pain, for freaking nothing! Some may count this as a boss, but I think of it as a regular enemy. It just didn't seem very boss-like to me. So, yeah, annoying. Except for Suicune. That was alright. You're alright, Suicune. Alright, take it easy. I'm devoted to Rosalina. Oh, Kingdom Hearts. I love you, but you can be really annoying when you wanted to. But I already expressed that in my top 5 favorite and hated Kingdom Hearts worlds. I really should do another double top 5 soon. Anyways, yeah, there were some annoying enemies in Kingdom Hearts, especially in Dream Drop Distance. But when I think of bad things in the Kingdom Hearts series, I think of Recoded. And Recoded had the Eliminator. The freaking Eliminator. Where do I begin with this nightmare? This is actually a secret enemy, which is totally legal in this list. You can only find them in the datascape sections, making them very rare. That's probably the only reason they're not any higher on the list. Otherwise, they probably would have dominated. These things appear if you spend too much time in the datascape, so that means explorers are punished. Me being the guy who likes to see every corner everywhere in an RPG, this was a huge issue for me, because I didn't think these guys existed. So when I saw that warning at the top of the screen, I was worried. Then I saw that the enemy could teleport, had that annoying shield the defender had, and can cause multiple status ailments to you at once, even the really annoying ones like lowering your level for a limited time, lowering your defenses, slowing you down, all of these making Recoded remind me of how much I hate this stinking game. At least it's only an enemy for an achievement. As I said before, these guys are completely optional, so that's why they aren't any higher. But even still, they're so annoying that I just had to rant about them. Man, I hate Recoded. Freaking terrible game. As you may have seen in my recent Q&A, I said that I haven't had that much of a playing experience with Earthbound. I should really get back to that series, but I have to finish the Tales series first. Man, those games are awesome, let me tell you. Sorry, getting off topic. On the topic of Earthbound, if the cars are anywhere near as annoying as they are in Smash Run, I might have to murder someone. Just not you, my lovely Rosalina. Sorry. Cars in Smash Run are easily the most annoying enemy in the mode for me. Yes, I think it's more annoying than Bonkers, and Orin, and even the freaking Clubber Skull, even though that thing's pretty stupid as well. At least with the other enemies, you can tell when they're gonna attack, so if you have the patience, you can dodge them, get a good combo, rinse and repeat. Even still, it's pretty annoying, but nothing you can't manage. However, cars have no freaking clue when to stop moving. How am I supposed to kill you when I don't have a chance of even touching you without getting some flying? Stay still! I want to kill you so I can win Smash Run. That's not too much to ask, right? Cars are fast, way too powerful, and can send you flying almost instantly. And dying in Smash Run is probably one of the worst feelings in Smash Bros. Seeing all those power-ups you worked so hard to obtain get torn away from you. Forever. Please don't be too annoying in Earthbound. Here we are with the Sonic entry. As much as I love his series, there are way too many annoying enemies to even count. I had to change this list countless times because I kept thinking to myself, oh yeah, that enemy was the worst. Oh wait, no, this one took me forever to kill. Flame Wizard was close. Very, very close to making the list for all the Knights of Rage and Shamar. But once you have water, the challenge is over. But really, there's not much you can do against the Slicer. Slicers are abso-freaking-lutely ridiculous! To quote Some Call Me Johnny, they're freaking everywhere and their positions are just plain cheap! Why are there so many? You're running down a slope, Slicer. Run up a corkscrew, Slicer. Just kill the Slicer, Slicer! There was some really annoying enemies in Metropolis Zone with the Asterons and Shellcrackers, but they would never come to the annoying and absolutely infuriating Slicer. This would probably be a second place entry, but over the years as Sonic gets older, they become a joke. Hey, I'm not complaining. Mega Man games are hard. A big reason they're so hard is the enemies the games provide. The worst, in my case, are the stinking Sniper Joes. They've been with the series since the freaking beginning, and ever since, I do everything in my power to avoid them at all costs! They seem very simple at face value. They shoot, block with their shield, in that order, and if you try to get away, they'll keep jumping towards you and cause some serious damage. When you're trying to dodge, it's kinda hard to shoot, so when it shoots, the most logical thing to do is jump. But when it's done shooting, then it'll put its shield back up, which you can't destroy no matter how hard you try. Also, if you manage to hit it, it won't go down all that fast, since it has way more health than any common enemy should be allowed to have. However, there is one downside to this enemy. Well, to it, and not to us. It's commonly put in areas where you can just walk right past it without a problem. Well, if you're quick enough, which most of the time you should be. However, when it's annoying, it's really annoying, making me put it so dang high on the list. This guy's bad, but in the end, it's just no contest compared to number 1. Why are there so many annoying enemies today? I need a break. Ah, a treasure chest. Finally, something's going my way.
A mimic cutie.
Oh, for crying out loud. Since the first Kid Icarus, tons of enemies could have easily taken the number 1 spot. Reapers with their insane damage and calling their little repeats, and Clever Skulls with the most outrageous damage I've ever seen a normal enemy have. They were close, but in the end, when you fool someone into thinking they're safe, and things are finally going their way, and just throw an enemy at them, that's crossing the line. Sure, many of the Tales games do the same, but they're nowhere near as crazy as these things. First of all, their kicking combo attack. It causes way too much damage, and once you're caught, there's no getting out. This attack, this one freaking attack, is usually the reason I fail at Intensity 9. It's insane how much damage these things do. Then when you try to run away, it can dash right towards you and do it again! Come on! Then they also have a spinning attack that's pretty strong as well, but nowhere near as bad as the kicking combo. That's the real deal breaker here. Yeah, it barely does anything, but when it does do something, it's so freaking unfair, that's all it needs to do to hit number 1 on my list. If they ever make another Kid Icarus Uprising, you better not have made the cut. Hope you're happy, Sakurai. Just kidding, I love you. And that'll have to do it for my top 10 most hated enemies in gaming. Now, if you liked this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more top 10s and 5s. But anyways, thanks for watching, I'll see you guys next time, and stay awesome!